here's when you're a Jet fan and you're expecting the trapdoor to open, and I keep on convincing myself the trapdoor is not going to open, and Robert Saleh is like, I've got receipts on people who don't believe in us, and when he came on the show, I asked him what the receipts are. It's just like,
I was doing the thing.
I think he wants people to stop talking about the receipts. All he wants to do is have people to believe in them. And I look at the defense, and I'm like, that's the perfect example of trapdoors not opening. This is a great side of the football. Jets defense can hunt, can cover, and that's what Robert Saleh's side of the football is all about. He is really building, as the HC of the NYJ, a terrific defensive team. And when they drafted Zach Wilson second overall last year, I did not think the storyline middle of the 2022 season would be Zach's holding the team back from making the playoffs right here, right now. Because the defense is ready to do it. What a completely unexpected storyline. And the problem for Zach with the fan base is he had, entering New York City, zero tape, build-up, knowledge already from the fan base. Because I got to be honest with you, I don't know. I grew up in New York City, Staten Island. I don't know if I had ever met somebody who was from the state of Utah until I shook Steve Young's hand when I met him. I mean, I'm being honest. You're sitting there on the East Coast, you don't know jack about BYU football. Nothing. You're not sitting there at the middle of the night saying, I got to watch BYU football. Nothing. The typical New York sports fan, diehard Jet fan, was just like, okay, everybody's telling me on NFL Network and ESPN, hopefully in that order, about this guy. All the analysts are saying how terrific he is. And he's young and impressionable, one would think. And okay, Jets think he's the second best quarterback, and Joe Douglas, the new general manager, thinks he's the second best quarterback in the draft. And they wouldn't even entertain the phone call from the San Francisco 49ers, Robert Saleh's old friends, to swap spots with them in the draft. That Zach's the guy, that's it. All right, we're in on it. We'll believe it. And we'll be patient because we know how you have to develop. And now here we are in the middle of his second season. And we're now like
your
my cousin
clock
Vinny.
is ticking.
Yeah.
Out of control.
My biological clock is ticking. We're like Mona Lisa Vito right now. Saying, what's going on? And the problem is the patience does run thin when that happens. And then the patience completely can wear out on the spot when, again, it's not like Trevor Lawrence. It's not like even Justin Fields. It's not even like Mac Jones. Trey Lance would have been in this bucket too, because who the hell's watching football from the great state of North Dakota in New York City? Just not all. Okay, we'll just trust the evaluators that this is the guy who we're supposed to be believing in as our next savior. Broadway Zach, right? Zach's Fifth Avenue, I think was the phrase we were saying here. At any rate, when he plays like this, and then he showed up to the podium to say, did he let the defense down? And he goes, no. And all of his answers were just like, I'm just going to give you the rote, cliched answers so I can get the hell off this podium and not stand there with my chest out and go, I stunk today. And the offense needs to do better, and I'm going to lead them, okay? Everybody, I've got this. Instead, he just wanted to get off the podium because all of the questions that were being asked of him were being infused or had the subtext of, you're not doing well. And you didn't want to hear it. So that's the feeling I got. Chris Long, two-time Super Bowl champion and former number 2 overall pick himself, said yesterday he has zero sympathy for Zach. Less than zero, because that's not the accountability you want to see from your quarterback. And I said, at least the coach is going to get this. They got the right people to handle this, the coach being one of them. However, when I said that, did not expect Robert Saleh to appear at a press conference within a couple hours. By the way, 2 hours late for it because he was in meetings having, one would think, a conversation on this very subject matter, showing up and saying this.
Robert, can you start off by just stating what your quarterback plans are for this week and explain why?
I've just been dealing with so many different things right now. I'm going to get to the tape and just evaluate everything, and I'll leave it at that. We're keeping everything on the table over the next couple of days.
So you're not committing to Zach as your starter for Sunday?
Not right now, not until I'm done evaluating everything.
Okay. Whew. Whew. And so this is the number 2 overall pick from last year that they told the 49ers, keep your first-round draft picks. We want to go with this kid. And that takes cojones to even faint in that direction. And this isn't like, let's keep Eberflus and the Bears guessing. This is serious. Like, Zach Wilson has pissed off the boss. Now, my analysis from my seat here all the way across the country is this sounds like, to me, something that Susie and I do, and Chris, I imagine you will do when Cage is of an age to get it, like counting to 3. Don't make me get to 3.
Yeah.
With your kid.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
I do that with adults.
And I'm counting to 3, Zach. Okay? So when we tell you plant your feet, make your throws, when we tell you there's a certain way this offense needs to be run, when you are showing on tape that you're not only not listening to us, it looks like you're nonchalant and not caring about it. And we know different because that soundbite we played here, played everywhere else. In the same press conference, Saleh did cape for Zach, saying he wants to win more than anyone else. It's not like he doesn't care about winning, but he just seems to be caring about his feelings and reputation a little bit more, or just as much. Where in New York, it's so simple to just say, I'm owning it. I stunk. We're going to come back. We just beat the Bills. That's the team we're going to do, and I'll be better. Like, instead, just no, I'm not. We didn't let the defense down. And then, of course, he's going to speak at some point, and hopefully he will say the right things and believe it. Certainly when there's new reporting coming out, like, say, from Albert Breer, who, will definitely cape for Justin Fields anytime he can. But he is a guy who's in the know.
I was just reading this.
He just tweeted this out before we came on the air in hour number 2. Little nugget I picked up. Bears quarterback Justin Fields apologized to his teammates after Chicago's loss to the Falcons in the locker room postgame, told them the defense gave the offense a chance and the offense didn't get it done. Went a long way with guys after he played hurt. Yeah, this is a quarterback who might have a season-ending shoulder injury. Third straight game, they've scored 28 points or more. They've lost all 3. Taking accountability to the other side of the ball in the locker room, saying, sorry, I screwed this up, or really? Now, that's the guy that Zach Wilson will need to beat if he does go out on the field this weekend, and will needing his defense to help in that process. And I think he's going to get the chance. It could be the shot across the bow, and the problem is, and all of us Jet fans are thinking, the problem is when we look back on this, say 2-3 years from now, right? Are we going to just remember the week of Thanksgiving after Zach screwed it up so royally, not only on the field, but at the podium after the game, that it forced Robert Saleh to not even commit to him as the quarterback against the Bears because they have a chance to win and they feel that he's holding them back of a team that's arriving sooner? We all thought Zach would grow with the team and they would grow together into a winner, not that they would grow faster than Zach. And they're looking at him saying, when are you going to catch up to us? That was not part of the plan here. That will we look back on this as the turning point moment for Zach Wilson to finally reach his potential and be the quarterback of the New York Jets? Or do we just read the writing on the wall? Just 20 starts in here. What a big week for Zach, and I think he will get the chance. I just feel it. But if Mike White strolls out there against the Bears, wow. I don't think there's any looking back